what is like all these like Jake Paul things? What is
Dude,
that?
I respect the fuck out of Jake Paul. Like
Really?
I'm a fan. I'm a fan, and I'm actually considering buying. He fights next Saturday. He
So
fights
what?
again.
Explain this shit.
So Jake Paul is a YouTuber turned boxer,
Yeah.
and he found a way to like market himself to being a like like a big name, big draw in the boxing world with only 4 or 5 fights under his belt. Like he's honestly like he's selling fights at a level where like people like with fighters with like 20 or 30 undefeated records, they can't even draw. And so like that's the alert. And like the fact is, like, to be fair, to play devil's advocate, the first couple fighters that Jake fought weren't really fighters. Like one was a YouTube star, the other was a former basketball player, but like it didn't really get the attention until when he fought for the third fight. He fought former MMA fighter, wrestling Olympic medalist, former champion from other organizations, Ben Askren. That was his first official like fighter that he fought, and he knocked him out in like the first round. To
Is
be
it
fair,
real
too,
though?
it's real. It's real. Yeah,
It's not like fake at all.
it's not. It's not at all. And then like he fought a former UFC champion for his fourth fight, Tyrone Woodley. And like, because people were like, oh, you fought Ben Askren, but he's a wrestler. He's not known for his striking. So he fought Tyrone Woodley and beat him. Like he
What was
outboxed him. He
his
didn't
nickname again?
the problem child.
That's Jake's?
That's Jake's nickname.
No, what was Tyrone's though?
The chosen one.
Okay, I thought what trying to remember. There's one guy that it's like Mayhem or fucking
Mayhem Miller.
I don't. All the nicknames are so
Yeah,
good,
I know.
dude. They're so funny.
Yeah, mine would be Fat Boy, wouldn't it be? Huh? Oh, Adam. Yeah, it's self burn. I got you.
The gi airs itself out. Devore.
Yeah. So.
That's cool.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's pretty. Like I don't know. So like a lot of people still don't like Jake Paul, but I personally think like I think he's bringing another generation of eyes to the sport, like which he comes from the YouTube era, or he comes from like YouTube, so he has like a bunch of like kids watching him stuff. So like now he's bringing like a whole generation of fans into the sport, and I think that's actually kind of influential. I was like, that's pretty fucking smart. So
It's I mean, we talk about this sometimes. It's this weird balance where whatever field you're in like that, where the audience is important.
yeah,
Like, even for something like this, like, I'm trying to actively engage my audience. So, like, you people that are watching and listening, when you comment, like, hit the notifications bell on YouTube or whatever, like, it helps so that other people can find the content. But, like, there's a lot of people that are in these same positions like you and I are that aren't actively trying to, like, reach out to our audience. And so what happens is you go to a gig or a fight or whatever, and there's nobody there. And it's like two-way communication. Like I have to be the one that puts the hand out, or and that's what Jake Paul's doing. But it's a lot of work, and then like there's a lot of people that just want to shit on that because they're not doing it. Yeah. And they're like, no, like you shouldn't hand out cards after a show, or you shouldn't try and like create. I mean, I literally had someone when I started doing this. I was like, I had this idea for a podcast, and they told me you shouldn't do a podcast. And then literally like a month ago, the same person said, hey, I would love to come on your podcast and interview you.
Wow.
And I was like, what?
Name names.
No, I'm not going to name names because he knows who it is. But it's but it's like that toxic like negativity. It's just like you feel like you're almost like you're being like gaslighted or something, like where it's like you're getting shit on for pursuing something that you love. And like at the end of the day, like I know what I'm doing makes me happy, and like I don't really need
Yeah.
Someone's approval that's like fucking. I mean, if they're not taking the risks that they need to for themselves, they're going to be bummed out when they see people who are. And
Yeah. I agree with that 1,000%. I think that's what I love about combat sports in general. I think like it takes a lot like to put yourself out there. Like, like I use Conor McGregor as an example. Like, like he set out on a mission to achieve something that not many fighters do. And like, which was like win 2 belts simultaneously in like two different divisions. And he did it. But like, imagine like on his rise up, he didn't get to that point. Like, how many people are just waiting for him to fall? And he technically he's kind of falling now. He's lost his last couple fights, broke his like foot in the last fight, and people are just like shitting on him. But like those same people that shit on him wouldn't have the balls to do what like to go for greatness. And like I think that's an insecurity on them projecting it on other people.